Evidence-based chiropractors, they want to be patient-centered and they want to do everything right by the patient. And at the same time, you deserve to have a professional living and be able to have a revenue and profit that gives you a great life, a great practice, allows you to build a team, allows you to pay your team well. And in the future, hire an associate and be able to have a little bit more freedom of time as you progress through your career. But over the last 7 years of working with evidence-based chiropractors, one of the things I've noticed, and I think you can attest to this, whether it's yourself or some of your colleagues, is generating a certain level of revenue in a evidence-based chiropractic practice isn't as easy as it once was. And many are struggling to get to a number where, again, they can pay themselves six figures, can hire a team, can have good profit, feel good about their financial situation, and be able to show up each day to work with that present time, consciousness and be able to focus on the patient, not thinking about the stress of finances and the things that go along with that. And working with a lot of chiropractors, we've kind of noticed there's a $30,000 a month number that seems to be very beneficial for a chiropractic practice. Now, it could be 25,000, depending on where you're at or your situation. It could be 22, it could be 35 if you're in San Francisco, but you get the point. It's about 30,000 a month, and it allows you to again pay yourself well, have a nice office, pay your staff well, have a team actually, save for retirement, invest into the future, maybe get to that next level. Now, I'm not saying we necessarily stop at 30, depending on your goals. If you want to practice, that's 30 a month, and that's great. That you can, have a great life with that and a great career. So I'm not discounting that. But you may want to get to even more, 40, 45, 50, whatever. If you want to hire associates, back out maybe in your 40s a little bit, go part-time care in your 50s. You get the idea. But it takes revenue and profits to do that. And the 30,000 a month is a benchmark to get to. And we show you in this online course that we developed the financials of why that matters. And so we're going to dive into that. Then we're going to kind of roll into dissecting out your practice analytics, such as what your new patient average is, what's your office visit average? Is it $65 a visit on average? Is it 75? How can we improve that? What kind of office visits do we need to get to 30,000 a month? And then we kind of dive in, what capacity issues do you have, right? Do you have lack of space, lack of time, maybe not enough equipment? Maybe it's your mindset a little bit on, I can't imagine getting to 30,000 the way I'm going right now. And so we'll kind of work through that. And then we're going to really strategically, and again, patient-centered, teach you how to get more office visits, not for the sake of having more office visits, but to obviously develop a revenue and profit that you want. And we're going to do it ethically. All right. We're going to talk about patient adherence and them doing, maybe your patients are falling off of care too much. Yeah. How do we get new patients strategically? How do we get more reactivations? And so we're going to dive into not only improving your practice analytics, but also getting more office visits that you can handle to get there. And then we're gonna finish up this 6-week course with a really good way of strategically planning your 2025, or it's a yearly planner. It could be any particular year, depending on circumstances of maybe you get to this in February and you can plan the rest of the year. Or if you somehow found this video and it's 2028, you could plan 2029. So it's all relative to the year. And we're going to show you how to have a really good plan going into the year and how to achieve it, right? And so all I'm asking for you is, if you sign up for this course, is that you take it seriously, right? I think too many people willy-nilly buy things and they don't actually implement it. And we're going to drip this out one lesson at a time per week. And then we're going to have a follow-up Zoom call. So for example, the first lesson will come out December 2nd, 2024. And then the next Monday, we'll have a Zoom call during a lunchtime area to answer questions, right? It'll be recorded. So if you can't make the actual follow-up Zoom call, no big deal. Pre-submit some questions. I'll answer them. and it'll be recorded, but there will be that follow-up Zoom class to the lesson. And so over 6 weeks, we will drip out a lesson. There's going to be action items to do, right? So this isn't going to be theoretical. We're going to have you actually do some action items to get this going. And there'll be some other resources that'll supplement the video lessons that I give you. And we're going to, ask that you put in, 2 to 4 hours per lesson of work on your business to make this happen. And then we will provide you with an implementation planner, because some of it, you might say, that is great, I need to do that, but I got to wait until February of 2025. Right? And so you'll have a nice way of planning out certain things so that you don't get overwhelmed, and then you methodically implement this. Even though the course is 6 weeks, this isn't something that you're only going to do for 6 weeks and think that that's going to change it, right? You're going to put in work during that 6 weeks, but then there's going to be things that you need to consistently do in your practice to get to that next rung of the ladder, right? And depending on, if your practice is doing 25,000 a month on average now, you got a $5,000 gap there. You could probably get there pretty reasonably. If you're at 15 and you get to 30, it might take a little bit long. So we'll talk about, vision planning on that as far as timeframes. Now, if you're already above that, is this course for you? Yeah. Like if you're doing 50,000 a month average, great. That's awesome. Got a wonderful practice. But maybe you want to get to 60 a month. And so you could apply these same principles that we're going to go over in this online course to get to that next rung for you. Okay. And so we're going to dive into a lot of different strategies that would be applicable to even if you're above that as well. Okay. So this is going to be a 30K course, and registration ends on November 30th. We're going to close the doors. We're going to start on December 2nd, and I'm going to be here to help you out. And so I'm putting a lot of effort into this course. There's going to be a lot of good action steps and resources, and you will have, if you sign up for it, lifetime access to it as well. So you'll be able to give yourself some grace through the holidays as well. And we'll talk about that as we go along. So I hope to see you in the online course, and looking to really help you build a practice that is serving your patients and serving your family.